Welcome everyone who's joined us for this taster lecture. I'm Dr. Tim Fenton. I run a cancer research group in the School of Biosciences at the University of Kent. And in addition to running my research, I convene or I'm program director for one of our master's courses in biomedicine, and I teach our undergraduates, particularly in the third year. I teach courses on cancer biology and on immunology. So obviously I spent my life really since doing my undergraduate degree and PhD studying cancer biology. And why do this? Several reasons. I guess some of you may be aware that for all of us born since 1960 in the UK, there's a sort of 1 in 2 chance that we'll be diagnosed with cancer at some point in our lifetime. And this is certainly on the increase. And a good question is why? Why is there so much cancer? And the real answer to that question, and the main answer to that, is actually it's because we're tending to live longer and we're not dying of other things. So we're dying less of things like heart disease, stroke, and infectious diseases that were, responsible for a larger portion of deaths earlier in the 20th century. So in some ways it's good news, we're living longer, we're not dying of other things, but then it means that we are sadly seeing more cancer, because cancer is generally a disease associated with aging. But certainly research is really helping to at least address that mortality. So Cancer Research UK, you've got a lot of statistics on this, and they fund some of the research that we do in my lab. Back in 1970, when a lot of sort of what we might refer to as modern era of cancer research started, people diagnosed with cancer at that time, their chance of being alive 10 years after that diagnosis were roughly 1 in 4. Okay, by 2010, due to advances in cancer research, the development of new improved treatments, the odds of being alive 10 years after a cancer diagnosis in 2010 had jumped to 50%. So twice as many people surviving cancer in 2010 versus 1970. And the aim that CRUK has stated is that within 20 years from 2010, so now within the next 10 years, the hope is to get that to 3 in 4 people surviving 10 years out from a cancer diagnosis. And that's driven by cancer research. And so that's an important reason to do it. And I would also add that, having been doing cancer research for 20 years or so, we learn a lot about biology doing cancer research, and that's something that really excites me as well.